So for day 4 of my 7 days of Christmas series, I'm going to make some quick and easy Christmas cards in a hurry. So I'm going to do 2 in 2 different colourways just to show you how effective they look when you just vary the colours a little bit. So I've got 2 card bases here. These are Euro A6, so American A2 size-ish, thereabouts. I've also got 2 pieces of black cardstock cut just slightly smaller than the card's front. This is what we're going to be working on. We're going to mount the black onto the white when we're finished. So I'm going to put those card fronts to one side and show you exactly what I'm going to be doing. Now this is a little bit of a cheat card. It's one of these type of cards you can make really quickly, and you can do as little to it as you want or as much to it as you want to. But I'll just show you exactly what my idea was for this. So I went onto the internet, onto Pinterest, and found a Christmas tree template. Now, I resized it so that it would fit just nicely within that border of the black, like so. So I can just leave it exactly where it is. Just move the black to one side for a second, and then I'm going to bring in some gold paint. This is one of my go-tos, my indigo blue Goldfinger, which is obviously gold metallic. So I'm going to take some of the gold paint. I've got my fan brush. So take some of that, add it onto my polypropylene palette, grab some water, just activate the gold paint. You can see the mica start to separate almost immediately. Just give it a mix up so that the water and all that lovely kind of gold mica inside the paint is mixed thoroughly. And then just move your card along and then just start to splatter all the way around. Now the card that you've cut out obviously is going to act like a mask. So the more of these kind of splatters you add, the more defined your Christmas tree shape is going to be. And obviously the more black you cover up with the splatters, the more effective it's going to look. Now this is what I was saying about it depends on how much you want to do. Because once you've done the layer of gold, you can see now the card is actually starting to lift a little bit, which means the water is starting just to seep in a tad. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Obviously, I've now got gold paint all over my hands because I've been using my hand as a guard. I'll just grab a baby wipe, just wipe that gold paint off my fingers, and then very, very carefully I'm going to lift that up and put it to one side, not move it, and then use the baby wipe just to mop up those splatters. And then very carefully lift off. There you go, you see? You've got that absent shape of the Christmas tree in the background. So just leave that to one side. Bring this one back in and drop it back down into position. Rinse off the fan brush. And this time I'm going to repeat the process with the silver. So lift it up, pick up some of the silver paint. Now this silver paint, I know, is not quite as opaque as the gold, so I'm not going to add as much water to it, but I'll still have enough that I've got all those droplets. Now this time I'm probably going to need just to put my finger down onto the template because it has started to lift a little bit, but this time that should do us. Of course, the silver will react with the light. Looks a little bit like falling snowflakes. Perfect. Just clean that off. Move that to one side. Bring back that baby wipe. Get rid of the paint. And then I need to very, very carefully remove the Christmas tree. There we go. You can see that shimmer in that already. So I need to get the gold and the silver both dried off. So I'll just quickly bring out my heat gun, give them a blast, and I'll be back as soon as these are dry. Okay, so that's the gold, now it's dry, and that's the silver. Look at that sparkle in the background, and you can clearly see the Christmas tree shape there. So that's just the kind of frame and the border on this card that I wanted. So what I've done is I've fished out one of my indigo blue Christmas stamps. So this is from the Alternative Christmas collection. And this stamp, well, I'm not going to tell you what this stamp says until I've actually stamped it, because it's a humorous one. It's a tongue-in-cheek one. So you can either stamp a silver sentiment onto your gold one, or you can stick with gold. I'm going to stick with gold. So the gold I'm going to use is the Encore Ultimate Metallic Gold ink. Now I find that this gold ink is probably the best one there is on the market. That's just my own personal opinion though. I find that this gives you the best kind of sheen and luster for a gold metallic ink that there is without using embossing powder. So, but if you want to get this right, use gold embossing powder. So I'm using the stamp press because I want to make sure that I get a decent impression, and also if it doesn't work first time, I know that it's going to be, I'm going to get a second impression in the same place. So if you can't read what that says just yet, I'll wait until I've just given it the second going over. I may have actually pressed a little bit too hard, but we'll see. Make sure that's better. There you go. It says, I should say, get your fat pants ready. It's Christmas. Perfect. Love it. Love the sentiment. Love the idea. Love the way it works. Okay, so I'm going to swap over. Just stick the silver one back down. I'm going to clean this off though, because obviously it's got gold ink on, and it does actually stay wet longer than some stamps or some inks. So I'll give that a clean off. Just dry it with a paper towel. Position it again. There we go. Drop it down. And then I can ink it up this time with the silver. So again, the Encore Ultimate Metallic. And for some reason I've taped the lid down on that one. Oh, that's right, yeah, because it kept springing off. There we go. So ink up with the silver. Make sure we get plenty. I'm just going to give it one more. There we go. Love it. Really, really quick and easy. Okay, just move that to one side now. That's it. That's the stamp press out of the way. And then I just need to give these card fronts a little blast with a heat gun, because like I said, that gold ink takes a little while to dry. Okay, so they're dry. I've got my card fronts. All I need to do now is just grab some glue, flip them over, obviously you can use double-sided tape, foam pads, raise it up, do whatever you want. And then I can drop that down. Got a nice little white border all the way around it. And then if any of the glue squishes out, just give it a wipe with your finger, because this is the sort that turns into like little rubbery balls in the palm of your hand when you rub it. Perfect stuff. And then if you want to, you can just add a little bit of weight just to hold it down, just while it's drying. Grab your glue, and these really are like quick and easy cards. You can make a dozen or so in little or next to no time. They're just one layer cards as well. Well, I'd say one layer. You're not putting, layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. Easy to do. Put the weight on it just to hold it in place. That one's already grabbed. You can see the shape of that Christmas tree. Subtle, but it's definitely there. Okay, so there they are. All dry. You can then add an insert if you want to for the cards. Tin it up with a black or a craft envelope. I think the gold one doesn't show the ink as well as the paint, but don't forget, you can stamp with paint as well. So if you've got metallic paint, you can stamp with the paint, providing that you wash your stamp straight away afterwards. So if you don't have any gold ink but you've got gold paint, you can still stamp too. So very, very quick, very, very easy, but I think effective Christmas cards that you can make quickly and in a hurry, and batch make too. So I hope you enjoyed watching me make those. If you did, please give them a thumbs up, or the video a thumbs up at least. Share the video with all your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. And don't forget, at the end of this video, there is a link as well, a clickable link to last year's 7 days of Christmas for 2017, if you missed it. So that's all for me for now. I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye for now.